pakotomahala habiki asamala koshu. Hapale amadugo. Hapala mani kotukuwa. Kamani niki alamane tushu a. Amane ki alamane chuchu ara. Amare. 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 Avaledu. Hambali shiki ala hudu. Hambali kita. Eki ata kamani kiki ata. Alaminiyana lali aloliano alaminiyana akala lioso ambali ele atokua ekia samanekua entitiwa alaminikikiwa sanana miala hongua enkidi anda gala la yushokomana kamana ke alamaniki alawawa henemeki ala hanshua amadiki alamaniki hambadililata Amanushia Hare. Here's somebody saying, "Oh, my child, we understand your plight. We understand the softness of your heart. We come to you with open arms of love. Your love of the world is crushing you. Balance needs to be found within. You have come here to spread the light. The light is what you need to concentrate on. The dimming of that light that you see is no longer shining in your heart. We need the light in your heart to shine. This is why we need you to balance yourself. You are here to spread the light. When you spread the light, it helps all of mankind. We will get where you want to be. This has been planned. This will come. You will be here to see it. It will not be in this lifetime, but you will see. No matter where your spirit and soul may reside when that comes to earth, when earth reaches its time, when earth reaches its time for all that you seek in your heart, you will look upon earth from where you sit. You may choose to be here in the human form, or you may choose to watch from where we sit. You may sit beside us if you choose, but you shall see the light that you spread while here in this life that will help us accomplish the plan. You must understand that we do not understand pain without wellness. We do not understand joy without sadness. we do not understand love unless we have been unloved. These are all the ways of the earth. It is because of the ability to learn these lessons is why the Spirit comes to this land, why the Spirit chooses this classroom, so to speak. The day will be here, the day of peace throughout all lands will come. The day will come that the animals will dwell with our children. The day will come when love will be in each of us, that our caring, that our open heart will cry in joy, and the blissful emotion of nothing but love. True acceptance to all that walk on earth. True acceptance no matter what your choices are. True understanding of decisions made for one. True understanding that we do not have to agree to love all those that we share earth with. These days are already marked. The day of maturity is not as far ahead of us as what we have passed behind us. Earth years are not like our years, but your years you understand. Please understand that this peace you seek throughout the universe, throughout the land, throughout the earth, has been dated. That time shall come. That time shall come faster for all of those who are sharing their light. Your light is your secret. Balance must come to you and to others to understand the birth pains that we see and feel in our hearts, in our eyes, in our minds. That they too be understood for their purpose. We understand the sensitivity of that dwells within you. We want to help you, but it's truly up to you, because you have the free will. Everyone who walks on earth has the free will. We will touch your heart and help you. Help you not to understand, because understanding is not necessary. Not teach you to accept that which defiles your heart and your mind, for that is not necessary. We want you to show your light despite those things, for that is your true battle. Your true battle is to overcome that which defiles you and allow your light to shine through it. I'm pretty sure I can see the tall whites. I don't know who was just speaking. I'm trying to find out. Okay, they're telling me it was a collective.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling me not a collective of you, but a collective of source.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling me they hear your heart. I'm asking them I'm asking them to show me other lives that you have lived that causes your heartache in this life, that influence this life so strongly that affects you. And let's see what they say. Telling me no. They're telling me that's an unnecessary uh, exercise, they're calling it. That is
Did
a,
did I even have any
yes, you have them.
on Earth? Because someone said that maybe if you came in as an ET, that you didn't have Earth lives before, that you just have imprints of lives.
Oh, let's see. Okay, he's telling me that you've had many Earth years or lives. He's saying you've also had galactic lives. Um, they're telling me that you are an old soul and you have lived many many lives. However, for what you are seeking in this, and they're calling it an interview, for what you are seeking in this interview, those lives have no apparent use for you. For what you are experiencing in this life is the fragility, uh, fragility, meaning fragile, but he's using a bigger word
Right.
than that.
Fragility, yeah.
Yes, of your heart in this life. They're talking about victimhood. They want me to tell you that you have overcome your victimhood, meaning that those things that happen to you in this life, you've already got a really, they see you with having a very good handle on that, not being that victim any longer. And they're telling me that this is your first step to freedom, okay, freeing your heart. Um, a lot of your emotions when devastation hits the earth are brought on by, or had been brought on, or have, or is it had or have, have been brought on by much of that victimization that you experienced in this life. But you are moving out of that. The most important issue here is to not allow that to continue and not allow those devastating worldly catastrophes, how your heart sees unnecessary death, unnecessary cruelty, unnecessary pain, the cruelty of it all, wanting you needing it to stop, you needing it to stop now, is vastly connected to that which you um, that which you try to end in your earlier life as a victim. Peace will come to you when you allow yourself to understand the world is reaching, the world is bringing forth the peace on earth that which it has been promised. They're talking about, or he's talking about, um, they're talking about how. Okay, wow, they're getting into some big stuff here. I'm trying to
They
understand what they're saying.
like to do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what they're saying. Okay, he's gonna. He said, I'll try to simplify it for you because
Thank you.
yes,
So,
because my brain doesn't understand what they're saying, and they sense and feel that. He says, okay. Um, he said, and he's calling you dear one. You know, dear one, that Earth is a classroom. You know this, yet you have a hard time accepting it with all of the lessons that comes with it. What we tell you tonight, only you can implement. When we reach our place on earth that all of the great ones have told you about. I'm almost feeling like Cryon's trying to get in here.
okay.
Because he does this. he does this.
I know. I kept doing like, what's going on with their hands?
Uh,
Yeah.
that's the energy. That's the energy.
Mm.
He's saying, you know that Earth is this playground. This is a. He says it's like a one room schoolroom. He said all souls come here. They come here for lessons. They come here for many things. Um, he says some are karma, some are coming as light workers like you guys here. He says like he's saying you guys, meaning you and I, have come as light workers to do jobs. Many people have come just strictly for that. Many people have come into this human life to experience all that they have experienced so that they are strong at this point in their life when we need them the most. We have to have all of the souls that wish to have these experiences have to come and have to go in order for Earth to reach her main goal. So we can't stop the learning yet. And yes, dear one, along with the learning comes much pain, comes much sorrow, comes so many things happen that don't make sense to our human mind and our human brain, and most of all our soul, who is so filled with love, is so hard to comprehend and make sense of all of this. But I'm here to tell you, dear one, that this is not what you need to do. This is not your place to do. This is our place to do, not your place to do. Your place is to love all that come in contact with you. Your place is to spread your light despite, he says, as they have told you here today, despite. This makes you strong. When you learn to do this, when you see pain and you see devastation that you can't justify in your mind, this is when you turn on your light. You make your light shine bright. Don't let it bruise your heart. Don't let it break your heart. Don't let it take away from you what you have come here to do, because the earth needs you. You are not just one. You are one of a whole. If you have a Christmas tree and one light goes out, then the Christmas tree is not whole. We need your light to shine so that we can stay whole. We need all of our light workers not to allow the darkness to dim their lights. This is when it is the most critical time, as Linda has shared with you, is the most critical time to keep your light, to keep your vibration high, and not allow those things of the earth that you cannot change to dim your light. For when you dim your light, dear one, you are giving them what they want. We need that light so we can reach the birth of the new earth, that we can reach the time that we can walk together side by side. He's telling me that you go into, in your slumber, he's saying, in your slumber, you have walked her where you can walk alongside the animals. You have walked on Mother Earth in her completion of her direction. For she already is here, and she already exists. But we must go through this, because you know there's no time. There's no time. Only time is here on earth. But you visit her. When you visit her and you come back and you see these things, you hear these things, it's so hard for you to understand these things because you walked her. You know it can be. You know it is. You know in your heart, because this is where you spend much of your time. It is okay to pray for these infidels, as you call them, these radicals, these people that are doing these things. It is okay to pray for them, because by praying for them, despite their behavior, you are raising your own vibration and you are making your light shine brighter. So you pray for the victims. You pray for those who have caused this pain, that has inflicted these things we don't understand. Pray for them. By praying for them, your light becomes brighter, becomes fuller. And when it becomes brighter and it becomes fuller, it touches anybody who comes near it. And when it touches those who come near it, you are raising their vibrations as well. He's asking me, I really think this is Kryon. He's asking me if you want to ask him a question.
Yes, it's. How do you feel, as spirit, as part of Source? How do you feel when you see people hurting each other? Because even if there are lessons that need to be done, I just can't feel like, oh, well, it's just part of their lesson.
But dear one, that's exactly what it is. That is
I
exactly what it
understand.
is. You need to learn how not to feel that pain and to let your light shine. And by letting your light shine will help you deal with that pain. But oh yes, it is. It is. As hard as it is for you to understand and accept, it is.
I
And
understand.
this is part of your lesson too. This is part of your lesson to see it. You are not blinded by it. This is part of your lesson as well. And all those that see it, and all those that are affected by it, it is all part of their lessons. You can become a hermit. You can put yourself in your bathroom and stay there and not read the news and not look on your internet and not be in the public and protect yourself from all of this. But will that make it go away?
No.
No, it will not. You have to, dear one, learn to let your light shine in the darkness. That's why you came. This is why you are here, because you are a light worker. This is why you never took your life. When you thought of taking your life so many times, this is why you did not, because you need to be here now with your light. Your light needs to shine. We were with you at that time that you thought so difficult. You thought life was just too unbearable. You thought you had nothing to give to anybody, not even your own children anymore. But you didn't, because it was not your contract to do that. Your contract is what you are living now. You have to make it work. It's up to you to understand your feelings. It's up to you to understand you are in total control of your feelings. It is up to you to shine your light despite the darkness that you see, you hear, and you feel. You are doing great works. And we are very, very proud of you. And we are behind you. We are beside you. We are in front of you. We are above you. And we are below you. We surround you. You must only ask us to help. You must only ask us to help. But we cannot interfere. We cannot just snap our fingers and make you think differently. If we could do that, we would do that. But we cannot. But we love you so much, and we are so, so, so proud of you and everything that you do. You came here with a very tender heart, a very sensitive heart. But this was part of your experience that you wanted. This is your part of your experience that you came here to overcome. You came to overcome. Not to get hard, not to be cold, to be you, to be strong in yourself is why you came. To spread your light, to be the light worker you came here to be, to raise the vibration of the earth. This is what you do with your light. Your light shines, and it will shine so much brighter when you are able to do as we suggest. And that is make your light shine despite the darkness that you feel when these atrocities happen. We would like to tell you they don't have to happen, but they have always happened, and they always will happen until the time has come for us all to walk in peace. But much devastation is still before us before that can happen. But rest assured that you will be blessed with being able to look back and see what you accomplished, what your light accomplished during this time that you were walking the earth, and what your light accomplished all the other lives that you walked the earth. This is your freedom. There is no magic wand for you or for anybody else. You just have to learn that this is the way it has to be. This is our earth today. This is our earth yesterday. This is our earth. Remember the Vietnam War, World War II, Japanese, Germany, same things happening. Same thing happening. The difference today is we have the internet, so we get to see it immediately. We get to see it before the blood stops running from the bodies. In those other wars, we didn't get to see that. This internet gives you everything immediately, instant gratification, but not always, is it?
Yeah.
It's good to mourn for the loss. It's very, very good to pray for the loss and for the families that have been left behind because of the loss. That's a good thing. Every prayer that you have, every prayer that you put out, every prayer that you say is good. It raises the vibrations for you. It raises the vibrations for those you are praying for. You can't see it, feel it, or touch it. But I can promise you, it goes to them.
Well, I feel like I'm with them, you know. I mean, when things go happen, I feel like I'm there, and I know part of me is there. So.
Part of you is there, you're right. Your heart is there. But we don't want to tell you that you need to harden your heart. You just need to understand that this is the life you chose to be here for. The life you chose to witness these things, to see these things. You chose this time period to be here for a reason.
I mean, I agree with that. I just sometimes, like when we're talking to 9/11 people, it's sometimes when we're talking to spirit, it almost sounds like spirit is kind of like distant and removed. I mean, always with us, but distant and emotionally removed from it. Like it's a lesson. I mean, that's one thing that is hard for me because I don't really know how you feel about us when we suffer.
Okay, my question for you is, why does that matter? The souls that agreed to participate in that violent act, we will call it, they came, they accomplished, and they went home. What is so bad about that? Because to them, when they know the reason was, what they did, how they feel is exactly what you are feeling. It was a job that they did. They agreed to come. And when you cross back over, you will feel the same way. You will look back and say, I did good. I'm glad I did that. I see what I accomplished. I see why I went now. I'm so happy that I agreed to do this. But now, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to find out what I can do now from this realm, or maybe go back. It is that simple, my dear one. It is that simple. They accomplish what they came here to do. Babies come in and babies go. They accomplish what they came here to do. They affected somebody's life by their actions. And that's why we come. That's why we do what we do. And it is that simple. So when you're doing your interviews and you feel that simplicity when they speak to you and they share with you, that's what it is. They're done. Or they've moved on. They're looking for their next project, you might want to call it. They're looking to see where they can be of service. Um, he's telling me now I'm feeling like I'm separate from him at this moment. It's really weird. It kind of comes in, goes out again.
I know it's like you're in a partial trance channel.
Yeah, it's kind
Don't overthink it.
Don't analyze it. Just go with it. Um, okay, where were we? Um,
He talked about babies
okay.
come, babies go
Yeah.
when we're doing interviews.
He's saying that's what he's saying. He's saying many of them have already returned to Earth. He said you actually are not getting them. You're getting their energy when you. He's from that. He says you're getting his. You get their energy. You speak to their energy. You're not really speaking to them anyway. You're speaking to an essence of them. You know about essence because they've shared all that with you. And they have, many of them already have separated their essence and they're back here on Earth, or they've moved on to their galactic world that they have originally come from. Many of them, many of them who've crossed over, not necessarily just those victims, but many of those who are light workers that came in, they did their job, but they left. Many of them have gone back to the galactic nations, and they're now protecting Mother Earth from harmful things that the humans are trying to do to her Earth. They're there. They're protecting her. They're in your skies. They're there. That many of them are already there. So they're you're so protected. You're so protected. You're so protected by the galactic world. You're the universe, the different colonies. All of those people who love Mother Earth, who almost all of them at one time or another have had a life on Mother Earth, and who may have another life on maybe on Mother Earth. The time will come when you are going to walk shoulder to shoulder with them on Mother Earth. That's not so far away. They're here. They're here with us now. It's just that they're not out in the open. They haven't truly revealed themselves to all mankind, but they will. But yes, my dear one, when you come home to us again, you will see. You will see. Many, 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 many of the light workers today are remembering. They are remembering what it's like to go home. They are remembering what it's like to understand why they came now, at this time. As the veil continues to get thinner and the DNAs continue to get stronger, more and more of the light workers will be able to travel, to go back and forth, consciously knowing it and bringing it home with them. You already do it, you just don't have memory of it. You each, in your slumber, go home. You go home to your loved ones. You go home to your Nikki. You spend time with him, and you come back. Because your job here is not done. When your job here is done, you get to go home. That's how it works. That's what you agree to when you come here. You've done this in many, many lives. The same thing in a galactic life. You go there for a purpose. You stay till that purpose is completed, and then you move on. Essence of you is spread all over the universe. It's just you, Renee, not just Linda, but you have essence spread all over. You're not just one person. You're living many, 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 many lives, many, many parallel lives, all at the same time. Sometimes those parallel lives bleed into this life. This is your deja vu. The time will come where there'll be more deja vu. The time will come that you will consciously be aware of another life that you are living. You will be able to see into that life. You will be able to see what you're doing, what you are accomplishing. That you are a great one who has lived many lives in many places. And I know you say you'll never come back to Earth again. But let me tell you, Renee, you have said that many, many times. And you keep coming back. Why? Why do you ask me? Why? Why do you ask me? Why? Because you are a light worker. When your soul was born, it was born a light worker. What does a light worker do? Works for the universe. You go where you're needed. You do what is needed to be done. All the lessons you put on your platter, I'm sure somebody tried to talk you out of some of them, but you were very stubborn and said no. Just remember, dear one, how much you're loved. Just remember, dear one, how much we need your light. We need your light. We need you to pray for those who cause the pain. We need you to pray for those who receive the pain. We need you to pray for mankind, period, no matter what part you're playing in this play. Because it is a play. We wrap our loving arms around you. You are very, very important. You are not the bulb that went out on the Christmas tree.
Mm.
Because your bulb has always shined brightly. You're a truly, truly gifted person. You have wonderful abilities. Don't doubt yourself. Share yourself. For that's why you came. You have another question for me?
I don't know. I have to have a question that you're going to answer.
Have I not answered all your questions, my dear?
They said they weren't going to talk to me about past lives or galactic lives is kind of my question.
We will do that another day. Today we are working to help you understand your own heart. That's what's important.
What is the light that we shine? I mean, I moved here and I knew clearly what I was supposed to do. I was so clear, and now I don't feel so clear. Now that I know more, I don't feel so clear.
This is the darkness creeping in. The darkness is creeping in on all of our light workers. They're making them doubt themselves.
Right, I
Not
see
just
it.
you, but many, many, many. This is where we need to get a handle on it because this is the darkness trying to put out the light. These are your biggest challenges to keep the light shining and not allow them to dim your light because this is what they want.
What is the darkness? If it is supposed to be evil, so what is the darkness then? I don't really understand that.
The darkness are those that wish to keep you imprisoned. The ones that want to keep you in prisons, to keep the earthly people in prison against their will. We are embarking upon relieving and releasing all that should be yours that has not been yours over the last millenniums that have been taken away from you by the powers that be. The darkness, that's what we call the darkness. The ones that will keep you in prison, the ones who don't believe that everybody is equal, the ones who have different levels of of income. The rich want to remain rich. They want to stay rich. They want to control all of you little people. You are just peons to them.
Yeah,
That's where the darkness comes from.
the
They're
human.
very powerful. They're very powerful. They are going to play many, many tricks. And that's where it's so important to keep your light shining and not allow them to use trickery to get to you. And they do this by causing depression. They do this by making people doubt themselves. They want to dim the lights because the light is what is raising the vibration of Mother Earth. The light is waking up the people.
And the people, they won't be able to stay in control.
The people are waking up and they're going to take their world back. And this is what they don't want. This is why I tell you that much pain is still to come to Mother Earth. She's in her labor now. This is her labor that she's in now. You cannot have a new earth born without going through the pains of labor. And this is where she is. She's in labor now. Labor can last many, 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 many years. She's been in labor for many, many, many years now. She will continue to be in labor. But this is what you are healing. They want you they want you to trim your light. They want you to close off your light and bring darkness to the earth. They want you to bring depression to the earth. They want you to bring sadness to the earth. They want all of these things. And because they are so powerful, they're able to accomplish many of these acts that are going on are perpetrated by those. They are being funded by those. They want to keep the pain. They want to keep the agony. They want to keep all of this going. And their money is what's doing it. They're funding these people. They're creating. They took children from their mommies and their daddies, and they trained them to hate, to accomplish these things that are happening now. So now the light workers are here in droves, in many, many light workers, more than we've ever had on earth at any one time. They're all here. Many, many more are coming every day. Many, many more are walking in to a lot of these deaths. They're walking in. Our light workers are walking in. And we're going to overpower the darkness. But we have to do this by staying strong. We must stay strong. We must let our light shine when it hurts. And you do that by talking to yourself. You do that by meditating. You do that by telling yourself, this will not dim my light. If my light dims, you win. Strength in the light worker is what is required, especially in these times. I could tell you again using different words. Answers are always the same. You have to be strong. You have a question for me?
I guess just that Brussels, like I love and know, and it was painful. So for me, it was some mourning that I had to go through.
It's okay to
And
mourn.
since they've started to identify they've found people, they've identified them. As they're identifying them, I'm feeling better. It's like I'm able to let it go more. But I had to cry over my Brussels because
You
I love her.
you can cry. You can hurt for them and you can have pain. That's okay. But at the same time, you tell your light to shine and you pray for the one who did this. And that will bring your light on. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to cry. You can't take that away from yourself. Okay? That's okay. But you don't let it depress you. You don't let it put you in a hole. You don't let it turn out your life. So while you mourn and while you cry, you pray. You pray for your light to shine for those that lost their life.
I set myself there to help and to love.
Do not ever be ashamed to mourn. This is a
Well,
natural human tendency.
I used to think I didn't have the right. Everyone else did, but not me.
You always
But
have the right to mourn. Just
I
don't let it dim your light. Don't let it doubt your own spirituality because this is when you need it the most. Understand?
yes.
Yes, this is when you need it the most.
I mean, you know me. I've always been. I mean, even when I was a little girl, I was seeking. I was always a seeker. You know, that doesn't ever change. It's just,
You
you know,
don't, you, my darling, you do not need to seek. You need to plant. You need to plant seeds. This is what you do now. You have received. You do not need to seek. You need to plant. You understand?
yes.
Okay. You plant. That's what we need you to every light workers. And you do that. You are in a very good place to do that. Well, this is what you need to do. You need to plant, not seek. You have what you need. You have what you need. You are spiritually strong, and that won't go away. So
No,
when you doubt your own spirituality, you're dimming your light as well. Okay?
it's just confusion. That's all. There
No,
was confusion.
do not be confused. I tell you now, you have the right to mourn. While you are mourning, you are praying. And tell your light to shine. Tell your light to go to be with those that are hurting, your friends, your loved ones in Brussels. It's okay. It's okay. But don't let it dim your light. What can you send them if your light is dim? What can you send them?
I have love, and that's what the light is. So that's
Your
what I
love.
send.
Your love is your light.
Right.
Your light is your love.
You can't dim my love. You can confuse my mind, but my love can't be dimmed. No, that doesn't happen.
No.
Not in this
Your
heart.
love is your light, and your light is your love. So when you send them your love, you're sending them your light.
Right.
I bid you farewell. I thank you so much.
Thank you, Kryon. I'm honored.
That's all.
Has he come before to you?